What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B High Radio shouting and stepping in the building. I got a guy that is really out here. First of all, he done set the internet on fire already. Okay, this man done went viral about 15 times in the last few weeks. He's trying to save some lives and change some lives at the same time. My dog Freeze, what's good with it, boss?
Oh man, I appreciate you, man.
Man,
everything good. Like I said, as long as they ain't saying count time, it's always gonna be good.
Exactly. I mean, Freeze, though, I need you to take me to the beginning of the story, though, man. Just coming up in the city, making it do what the hell it was supposed to do. What was life like before the judge hit that gavel, man?
Like I said, I was into the streets on Gabby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm out in College Park, down the road, and you know, doing street nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with street niggas and shit, doing my little shit. And I had a little incident after being, you know what I'm saying, in the apartment complex Arbor Glen, because that's where I caught my federal case at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had a situation where, you know, I was put in a position where I was dealing with a female that I didn't want to take back to where I live at because of her occupation and what she did. She had, you know, situation. You know, when you're a street nigga, you start dealing with girls that hang with dudes that because she's into the streets and having dudes set up, but now you my girlfriend, you're choosing me. You know what I'm saying? The crazy part about it started out as her brothers put her on me.
Yeah.
To try to get something out of me or rob me up or set me or whatever.
Yeah.
But she ended up being another situation. You know what I'm saying? And being I know for her past, I didn't take her to where I lived at, so I went to my apartment complex on Arbor Glen, went to an apartment complex that, you know, one of my homies had. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Been doing business out of, because I feel like a trap spot. Went to my trap, and because I didn't want to take her to a spot. And come to find out, I'm in there, ain't no drugs or nothing in there. The house get busted. They searched the house, wasn't no drugs or nothing in there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they ended up finding a gun. Yeah. Of course, on her side of the bed was a gun she had brought upstairs with her fingerprints on it. My fingerprints ain't on it, nothing. Apartment ain't in my name. But the whole thing was my homeboy had been selling out this apartment. He done sold to undercover.
God damn.
And they got it on tape, but I ain't on tape. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So when they ended up busting the apartment, they took me down to question me about my homeboy, one of my homeboys in particular, and I ain't had nothing to say. So I'm saying, and when you're doing the federal custody, it's called debriefing. Yeah. This is when they take you in, the agent take you in and give you a chance to try to, as they say, help yourself. Yeah. But like I said, I went in the situation, you know, you got me. Whatever you got on me, we're going to stand on that, and I'll see you in court, basically. Yeah. So I ended up going to court, and I was charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. I was called in the commission of committing a drug trafficking crime. But I didn't get, the house went busted with no drugs in the house. Yeah. So I'm like, how in the offense of committing a drug trafficking crime come into play? Yeah. So once I get in the feds and I get to my discovery, now I get more information. That's how I know about the wire, about this and that, and through my discovery. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I'm a little ignorant to the law. At the same time, I'm thinking, you know, just a gun charge. My fingerprints ain't on it. The girl pleaded guilty to the charge. Yeah. She took the charge and all that, and the feds still tried to press the issue about the buys of the drugs. And what happened was they was taking the drugs and putting them under evidence under my name. So at this time, I'm looking at it like, how you gonna put drugs in my name that you never bought from me? Yeah. So I'm pumping trial. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to trial. I ain't gun in my name. The drugs that y'all looking for, you ain't get from me. Yeah. So I'm thinking like the state pump trial, they'll drop the plea or whatever, what they're trying to do. And also you get to get all the information, who telling on you, this and that. Yeah. So my first plea was like 10 years. They offered me 10. I slept for about 2 weeks behind that. Yeah. A week, 2 weeks behind. Because you coming from the street, they tell my 10.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
Like, you in there, you drunk, you like, man. You know, so you discombobulate a little bit. So, you know, you try to stick it out, try to get the best deal you can without having to expose somebody else's situation or put somebody else in that. But the feds, they play nasty. So how they did me was they went over to the girl's house who pleaded guilty to the gun on Christmas Eve. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Got the girl, you know, the Christmas, you know how old your baby gonna be. When you get out, the next Christmas you're gonna see her, whoop de whoop whoop. So what we need you to do is say that you seen Mr. Ivy with a gun prior to the day that we bust him. So you say that he told you to take the gun because you was in love with him and he manipulated you into taking the gun for him. So this, or it'd be a few Christmases before you see.
Oh, shit.
But people being ignorant of the law don't know. It's still, don't say nothing. The feds only go by what people say.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's conspiracy, word of mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ghost dope that ain't never seen. So they took this situation and made it bigger to try to get me to tell on my homie.
Yeah.
So I'm still refusing. I'm still bucking.
Just pull it a little closer to you.
I'm still refusing. I'm still bucking the situation. So that's when they went to that tactic with the chick. So now she's saying she's seeing me with the gun. So now I get a indictment about the gun. You know what I'm saying? So it turned out that they brought some guys from down the road that said they was working for me and they was doing this for me and this and that. So that's why they put the drugs in my name, because these dudes said that they worked for me.
Yeah.
But they never got nothing from me. You know what I'm saying? So being I seen what I was up against, I'm like, man. So I'm like, let me get the 10. I go to my lawyer, tell him let me get that 10. So my lawyer goes to the prosecutor, he's like, it ain't 10 no more. It's 15 now. We're going up. And we're ready for trial. So you can come next week and you can pick your jury and, we're ready for trial with you. So, of course, when you first in jail, you're looking at other examples.
Yeah, exactly.
You're around other examples of what happened when you go to trial. So I'm like, damn, life sentence. I got two drug charges on my record, gun charge. They trying to career me, you know what I'm saying? They implemented a career offender. I was like, damn, so give me the 15. Give me the 15, we're going to plead guilty to get the 15. Then we go into court. At this particular time, the feds had no caps on their pleas, so they gave me 188. They put an extra 8 months on top of the 15, like a slap it, like take this little extra 8 with you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I went on and took that. I wore that.
Yeah.
And that was starting my journey into the federal system.
At that moment in time, though, Freeze, what was going through your mind when you realized that, okay, we about to see a decade in this thing, over a decade, and your life did your life flash before your eyes? At that moment, did you want to change right then? I mean, what the hell was going on at that time in your mind, man?
At that particular time in your mind, you're like, damn, okay, I got to take the consequences that come with the actions that I've been doing in the streets. And then you try to rationalize it in your mind like, damn, they ain't catch me for that, though. But then you be like, you think about all the stuff you got away with. Your mama tell you getting a whooping. You might have been right about that. I'm getting you a whooping for the stuff you got away with.
Exactly.
So now you trying to rationalize in your mind like, maybe I need to wear this because this and that. And at the same time, save my morals and principles, thinking that, certain homies was going to be real and hold me down.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? For being a stand-up guy. So, and you thinking that, with these type of individuals, when you come home, you'll be all right because I did the right thing.
Yeah.
And that ain't always the case.
My God. Now, with those homies, though, did they wind up seeing you down the road, or did they die, or what happened with them, with their futures?
I got a few of the homies the ones that came back on me, I ain't seen them again. They went in the federal system. They was in the state system coming back to tell on me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, and a few homies, you got people that be in and out my life.
Yeah.
That particularly fell off.
Yeah.
But I got one, which I brought up here with me today, that stayed with me the whole time.
Yes, sir.
The same person, the number ain't changed, none of that.
Yeah.
So I was lucky.
Yeah.
To have a friend like that to keep me, in tune. If I need something, I can call. Because everybody gonna need some support.
Come on now. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And especially when you going in prison. I went in when I was 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Going on 26 years old, so I was still young.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And, when you're in that phase of your life, it's a lot of times you get lessons that you hear them earlier, but you're too immature for the information. So you hear it and you know it. Like my mom used to say, the sooner you learn you ain't got no friends, the better off you're gonna be.
Yeah.
But I ain't get that then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At that particular age or before that age.
Yeah.
I even had an example where my mom one time, I wanted to, I got locked up and I had a bond, and I called my mom, And she was like, what you calling me for? Call everybody who you been hanging with every day. Call them, tell them to make you bond. And hung up in my face. So with that lesson, I'm like,
that was a real one.
but I still ain't catching on.
Ah!
You know, so about 2 months later, she came and bond me out. And she was on some like, now you see who your friend is?
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
Stop being everybody's friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let people be your friend sometimes.
Yeah.
So certain, like what I say, like life lessons like that, sometimes you don't catch on to it could be too late. Or sometimes you'll catch on, you know, in mid-crisis of your life. Maybe a mid-crisis might happen, you catch on.
Exactly.
But then you got some people that'll never catch on. I ain't want to be one of the people that never caught on.
You know, I'm going to go all over the place with this thing, though, Freeze. Being that you got railroaded, though, man. I mean, yeah, you might have done some stuff in the past, but at this point in time, you wasn't red-handed when they got you.
Correct.
So, I mean, what do you feel about that kind of a situation, and how often does that occur?
For real, and when you're dealing with the federal system, that happens a lot. You got a lot of dudes that never got caught with nothing. They got life sentences. They never got caught with nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, there's a lot of dudes behind this wall. That's why, also, other than me, like I said, taking the time out to reach kids, some dudes behind this wall that's depending on me to be their voice about the situation that they going through, and also help them with their transition, because I'm going through it myself right now. You know what I'm saying? So under them circumstances, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
And it's some guys that you'll feel sorry for their situation.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of times when you're dealing with a situation like this and that much pressure on you, you trying to look for the best support you can, and then you got dudes that look for excuses to get out of their situation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you look for other little reasons. Oh, he talking to my girl, or he doing this and that. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of dudes that do this type of stuff and rat and tell, not to get back to their kids, but they worrying about what their woman doing. More or less in the situation. So I don't seen that play out dozens of times.
Come on now.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it all come back down to whether you cut from a napkin or you cut from a cloth.
Yeah.
I know what I was doing in the street, period. Even if I got wronged, it don't make me feel like I need to jeopardize another man's life for a situation I got caught up in.
Exactly.
And sometimes you got to take the good with the bad. That's a part of being in the street. You come with it.
When they hit you with the 15 and the additional 8 at the same time, though, Freeze, what went through your young ass mind when you started doing them numbers in your mind? You say, okay, I'm 25. It's looking like I'm going to be busting 40 coming out this thing.
First off, it took me a long time to count out what 188 months is. Because when they said in the courtroom, you got to ask, how much time is that? You only, you said 188 months. And you looking like, how much time that is? Because you just so discombobulated.
Exactly.
188 months. Because they don't say they sentence like you got 20 years.
Yeah.
20 do 10. They're going to say you got 566 months. Now, by the time you realize how much time you got, you might wake up and you in the hospital, wake up, you back in your room. These dudes done passed out in there. Once they realize the amount of time they really got, you like, you know what I'm saying? So when you sitting there, they don't really kick in until you really get back and you get by yourself. Yeah. Or you get back in the holding cell. Yeah. And then that's when you get the ad and I'll be like, damn, this gave me 188 months. Like, shit, like, how the fuck? Then you start asking questions, okay, now you got to transition your mind to suck it up and be like, okay, this is what it is. Let's go through it. But everybody ain't allowed to do that because I started out in the juvenile system. You see what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like trained, prepared, and built for it because the officers, officers at the time, hey, inmate, they calling you inmate convict at 14, 15 years old. So they conditioning your mind to already go into this system with that in the juvenile phase for us, the blacks is concerned. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because I got bound over to Superior Court and charged an adult when I was 16 years old for drugs. Shit. You see what I'm saying? For a little minute, not no capital offense. Not none of that. You bound me over to Superior Court at 16 years old. For a drug charge. So this in turn puts a felony on my record before I'm even an adult, before I even get a chance. I really committed what they call the delinquent act. And you charge me as an adult. So all around you want to take my voting rights from me, you take my gun rights from me, and you still a kid and you really don't know. But the white kid that get caught with the same thing I did, he get rehab. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But me... Not even probation. Not even probation. We just gonna give you... But me, okay, so being I've been through things like that at a young age, I kind of like was a little more prepared.
Yeah.
To deal with during the time. I hadn't ever did that much time, but
Yeah.
I don't been in and out enough to be able to cope with situations a little more better than somebody who hasn't.
So when your mind got wrapped around how many years it was and you were sitting in there, you said, okay, it's about to be a long ass time in this thing. How the hell did you settle yourself down and wrap your mind around your future? What was the plan? Was it just survival, mentally, physically?
First off, the thing I kind of like preparing my mind to go into the unknown because you don't know.
Yeah.
You ain't saying you scared, fear as far as like you scared what was going to do something to you. Everybody, I don't want to say everybody, but somebody with a conscience going to be a little fear going into a situation that they don't know.
Don't know.
So now you asking questions as far as, hey, what you need to find out now is what your security level going to be and what type of prison you're going to go to. Now you're going into that mode.
Yeah.
Now you're going to the mode of, okay, what's the low like? What's the camp like? What's the FCI like? What's the PN like?
Yeah.
Because you got these other dudes that don't told, and they come back to the county jail, and they sit in there so you can get information out of them as far as how to do your time and, the places to try to get to.
Yeah.
So now you start going into that phase and preparing yourself to go down the road and prepare your family to, hey, man, you'll be able to come see me a little more and things will be a little more better, a little more freedom for us moving around.
Yeah. When it comes to sentencing, though, man, I mean, when you think about drugs and having a gun, though, I mean, there's no violence taking place. It's just hustling and a damn gun on you.
Correct.
Does that warrant that kind of damn time, man?
It definitely don't. At this particular time, the crack ratio was different, too. Remember, the crack ratio was 101.
Yeah.
I went to prison in 02. I had a next tail. We was chirping, boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? So I went to jail with the yellow and black next tail, the big two-way.
Yeah.
So back then, you know what I'm saying, that was the ratio from crack versus the powder situation.
Yeah.
So when you young and you don't really know the law, the gun part is kind of like where the feds try to use the gun to get jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of guys that's catching gun charges and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's really state charges. They're not federal crimes. These really are state charges.
Yeah.
But being you don't know the law, you don't know what you possess the firearm by a convicted felon and commit a violation of interstate commerce while in or affecting interstate commerce. You don't know this language. You don't even know what commerce is.
Exactly.
So at this particular time, during this phase, back in 02, they'll use that on your indictment. So the commerce law was really made for the mob, like when they were robbing fur trucks and stuff like that, because commerce is, for people that don't know, when your commerce is doing business and transportation, you had a lot of people saying, well, you cross state lines, so they're automatically federal. No, that ain't how that work.
Yeah.
It's called commerce. So commerce is done internationally, that will make it federal.
Yeah.
And to affect commerce is like when mobs used to say this fur truck is coming from Atlanta to Augusta.
Yeah.
If you rob that truck before it get to Augusta, you just affected commerce, meaning you just affected business.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's affecting commerce. To be in commerce is if you on a Greyhound and you got a gun on you because you paid a business to transport you.
Yeah.
So that's in commerce. So having a gun under somebody's apartment under the bed is not affecting commerce.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But you don't know this at a particular time because you don't know the law.
Yeah.
So you don't even know what to defend yourself. I had the gun, the feds caught me with the gun, that's it. But you don't know how they got jurisdiction. Yeah. And you don't know all this until you start getting around more veteran type federal inmates that know the law, been fighting their case. Exactly. So you don't really know about the law until you get into your bid or you get to a prison.
When you went down the road, I mean, what was your security level?
My first security level was a medium high.
Okay.
I went to Edgefield, South Carolina. Yeah. I was in Edgefield, South Carolina, and Edgefield, South Carolina was built as a pen. So when I made it there, it was transitioned into an FCI, a lower security, but it's called medium high because it's a wall around it. Yeah. At the time a prison got a wall around it, it's considered a high security versus a gate in the feds.
Okay. When you touched down there in Carolina, man, Being a Georgia boy and Atlanta boy at that, College Park, what was that like being in the middle of the country with it, making it do what it's supposed to?
Like when I first hit Edgefield, South Carolina, like when you go into the feds, the first thing you're gonna realize, okay, Edgefield ain't that far from Augusta. So it's a lot of dudes from Georgia that's in this particular spot right here. So when you get there, you know what I'm saying, when you come in, you just, in the FCI, they just put you in a unit and dude gonna tell you, hey man, your homeboys, it's your homie from Georgia. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't, when you go into the federal system, a lot of times they don't break down where you from in Georgia until we get with each other. Then, okay, they from Atlanta, he from Augusta, or this and that. Because in the feds, sometimes it ain't gonna matter. Because we in California, it don't matter you from Albany, Brunswick, you the homie. You know what I'm saying? You the homie right now.
Exactly.
So that kind of like prepares your mind to stop thinking as far as, you know, when you're in the state, you need your country name. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you be in the state, you be pressing that's different. So when you're in the feds, you can't even have that type of mentality because this same dude gonna save your life.
Exactly.
Put his life on the line with you.
Come on
so
now.
You can't use that, or you can't come with that type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? You know, but a lot of sometimes it does happen based on how many of y'all it is on the yard. But most of the time, if you outnumbered, you don't care where he from. You just the homie.
Exactly. How many times did you find your life on the line in that thing?
Man, I done been through race rides. I did all types of stuff. I ran dudes up. You know, I don't. When you first go in and you start to learn, like in prison, and like I said, it's come from being juvenile. I know eventually I'm gonna have to put something down so my reputation can be solidified throughout my I got a long time. So sometimes you go out, you go in, you mind your business, but I got the mentality being that, like I said, I came up doing the YDC, first person jump out there, I'm gonna go and smash them. So you can see that
we ain't playing.
This ain't that.
Come on now.
So boom, so that's how I went in up under that. Like now my mind go from I gotta get out of here now, survival mode. I can't let nobody hurt me. So now you start gearing yourself towards, because you got a long time to make sure you got a nice reputation. You do your bid with ease. People respect you and things of that nature. When you coming from, when you cut like that and you've been doing it in your life, like again, like I'm not glorifying this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you the ups and downs. And
well, no, it just is what it is. You see what I'm saying? And anybody watching gonna totally understand. You see what I'm saying? I mean, so you in there and a whole race ride pops off, man. I mean, what the hell was going through your mind at that time? When you thinking, okay, wait a minute, this is a Civil War.
You ain't got time to even think like that. For real, because in the federal system, it's the whites and the Mexicans against the blacks. You see what I'm saying? Okay, natives stay out of it. Certain gangs may stay out of it because they may have white members, certain black members together, so they might stay out of it. But and the overall picture is whites against blacks. And when it's up, it's like the whole yard, your whole unit, the cafeteria, outside the door, 2-3 more units. Is like that because it's really everybody in the gang in the feds. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a hands-off policy. If you're not in the same car as me, you ain't got no right to put your hands on me. So if that does occur, it's an example like 20, 30 dudes can get into it because you put your hands on my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? So, or you did something to one of our homeboys and it'd be a backlash behind that. Your two homeboys might be in the shoe already. Like you and another, me and you might jump him. We gone already. We in the shoe. Or in the hole. So basically we safe. Because we locked behind the door. So they don't lock the prison down. Now it's finna, when the doors open back up, if this dude is somebody who y'all jump, now the whole cars are finna clash against each other. You feel what I'm saying? Because you put your hands on y'all jumped them, you put your hands on my homie, we taking off. Or the other way around, y'all don't do nothing, which also puts you in another. That's why I say it's all kind of mind games and situations that can occur in the federal system because it's all politics.
Break down the politics, though, man. What are some of the politics that folks just need to understand going into those situations?
In the federal system, first you got to realize you with people from all over all over the world.
Yeah.
You have Russians, you have Chinese, you have Japs, you Japanese, you have blacks, you have whites, you have dudes from Iowa, you have dudes from South America.
Yeah.
So it's a world stage of the muscle, period.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with that. So what happens now is the politics be, now we're going to do the race thing. Mm-hmm. So the whites might have got their own table, their own TV, their own phones, and so you know what I'm saying. And you can't sit over here in this area. Mm-hmm. The Crips and Bloods got their own table. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't nobody that they're affiliated with, or you ain't nobody, you can't sit at this table. Mm-hmm. And then you're gonna have the Muslims. They got their own table. So everybody's separated and organized. And the reason that is, I learned because you're responsible for other people's behavior. Mm. People not gonna say, "Oh, that's Beehive." They're gonna say that's one of them.
Exactly.
That's one of them dudes from Georgia.
Yeah.
So now you got to put yourself in the mind. If you got a whole bunch of youngsters with nothing to do, now you got to try to get control of their situation so you won't get hurt based on what somebody else doing.
Crazy young niggas.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And you might be minding your business. See, it ain't about, you can't sit down and then just like, okay, that's their situation. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It don't work like that. You got something to do with it. Yeah. Because, like I said, people going to go into that's one of them right there.
Exactly.
You're in the bed, you're looking at TV. This is a sweet one. That's the one I'm trying to win. Yeah. So you got dudes with this mentality going into it saying, man, I'm finna get off on him. Yeah. And going about my business. Now my homies can't say I ain't do nothing.
Exactly.
I did get one on now. You know, the girl ain't get it. I did something, because if you don't, the reactions that when this door do open up and you don't do nothing, these consequences fall on you now.
Exactly.
With your homies.
Now you getting your ass whooped. That's just the bottom damn line.
But it ain't too much fighting going on. Yeah. When you go to the higher levels, ain't no fight. They stabbing. So ain't no fighting. Yeah. It's locks, knives, whatever kind of weapon you can get your hand on.
My God.
That's what they coming with.
Yeah.
Ain't too many people coming with no fighting. Only time you really get a fair fight is if we homies. Like, if you the homie, you from Atlanta, or you from some part of Georgia, and me and you got a disagreement, me and you can get a fair one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We come to the homies and we politic it out. Man, I'm trying to see him or whatever, and you go in the room, bump, that's dead. Yeah. If one of y'all got a problem outside of this, the one that got the problem got to go. Yeah. Because you said your word was, this is what it was.
Exactly.
And we ain't going to let you arm yourself to hurt one of the homies.
Because we gonna need him in the future. Exactly.
I need many bodies to jump in front of this knife as possible.
Exactly. I'm with you. I'm with you. So, what about folks that come in there that don't know no better? Say, I ain't joining no gangs, I ain't getting down with nobody, and I just don't even know what the hell's going on, but I'm gonna do me.
That sound good, but that ain't how it gonna go. You know what I'm saying? The rules was already in place before you and after you. They still going on now. Exactly. By the fact, the federal people gonna tell you this. When you come in the door and you say, for example, just say we in Big Sandy. Yeah. And you come in, they gonna ask you where you from. Yeah. So when you get in there, you say, well, I'm from Atlanta. Okay. You in the South car. Mm-hmm. Where you from? Okay, I'm from Detroit. You in the Midwest car. Yeah. Where you from? Oh, I'm from Chicago, but I ain't no. Nah, you in the Midwest car or you in GD Vice Lord Coalition? Yeah. What you is, Muslim? That's a gang. Yeah. What you is, skinhead? Because now you dealing with skinheads. Yeah. Biker gangs, ABs, like these the real ones. These ain't the ones. These the ones gonna be spitting in your face, calling you nigga all the way down till you kill them. Yeah. Type stuff. So you ain't around the regular ones. Exactly. You around Sons of Anarchy kind. So these ain't the regular white boys that you think you're going up against. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it break down in their car too. Yeah. Because you have how you got the gangs. So what happens is different white guys that come in from different parts, they are called what you call independents. Mm-hmm. These are the independent white boys, meaning they're not gang members. Yeah. But they're still white. Yeah. But if the gang members get into it, then the whites still gonna ride with them. Yeah. So a lot of times the independent whites that not in no gang, they try to push the gang members off their yard, so they'll beef with each other. Yeah. They try to push the gang members out because they trying to push their agenda. We don't smoke with blacks. Yeah. We don't sit with blacks. You don't look at the black TV. You can't go in the black cell. Mm. So they'll try to push their narrative on the ones that not in the gang. Yeah. And some of them, the other white boys, they ain't going for it, so they'll just push them off the yard. Yeah. Type thing. So That's some of the politics, and some of the other politics is like, in the pen, if your paperwork ain't right, you can't come out.
Yeah.
Period. If you got a sex offense charge or anything dealing with any type of sexual content, any minors or nothing like that, you can't walk the yard.
Yeah.
Period. You know, they're going to let you know this before you go. The people going to tell you, listen, if you had any these type of allegations for a sexual this and that, or you cooperate with law enforcement, please don't go on my yard. They're going to kill you out there. I got a knife. The warden going to pull out. I got my knife. Get you one of these when you get out. Get you one of these, because I got one.
Yeah.
So if you run up into debts, if you do go out here and you clear to go out,
yeah,
and don't run up no debts, because I ain't letting you go to PC because you ran up a debt. You're going to deal with that.
Yeah.
We just coming to clean up. See, in the penals, how they doing, they let the inmates run it, and they going to tell you we cleaning it up. Because they understand the politics. Some people going to try their hand. You got dudes that don't told, but they ain't no coward. And so they going to come out on the yard anyway just to say, you know, listen, I ain't going. You going to have them. You're going to have some that realize that, damn, I ain't going to go out there and get hurt. I just ride it out in PC. But then you got some, like you say, all people that they ain't cowards. So I'm going to go.
Okay, what about the soldiers that say, I told?
They ain't going to do that. They ain't going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to say this, though. Because on one of my things, I talked about how people, when you come in, as far as when I was telling you about how you use stuff to cover up the insecurities on the street, and when you come in prison, the jury, the call, all that's gone. So everything, all your insecurities is gonna be exploited.
Yeah.
Period. When you get in these type of situations, so I'm gonna say it like, you're not gonna be flamboyant with that, because you know, like I said, when you come in that type of situation, you know what's going to happen. Yeah. This is something that's already laid out for you. Now, only time you, like I said, you can probably get away with certain stuff is if you try to duck up under the religious banner. So this is kind of like give you a little lead to hide you present your paperwork. Yeah. You got to have that paperwork when you come in that pen. Because dudes going to stand on that. Because you got dudes back here with life sentences. 40 years, 30 years that somebody told on them. So they stand on their morals and principles, period.
What is it like when you see a young man come in there? At least you know you got a date, and you see a young man coming there at 25 and you say, hey, man, I ain't never getting out of this thing, man.
What you try to do is I try to give him the wisdom on how to try to make his time comfortable as possible. Yeah. And the best way to make your time comfortable as possible is you realize the only person you got is you. Don't be dependent on nobody to be sending you nothing from the street. Yeah. Because they living out there, and don't come in here gambling and doing stuff that you can't afford, because these type of guys, the environment you in right now, they're going to hurt you.
Come on now.
Because, you know, they ain't got nothing coming in. A little bit they don't give to you. So, and you playing with that. You playing with their livelihood. You know what I'm saying? So, when you come in, you got to try to, because I had to learn how to be it. You got to learn how to move around your celly, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to think when people just be like, man, you got to know how to get out the way. I'm thinking getting out the way is, man, I might be sitting on my bunk reading a book. You don't know the etiquette of when your celly, he work in the kitchen, he just got up at 4 in the morning, he got off at 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he come in, you in the cell. You see what I'm saying? Like, at first I was like, I ain't in the way. He come in the cell and get his stuff and go take a shower, do what he need to do. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't bothering no damn body.
I ain't bothering you. Yeah. But as I got a little older, in my bed, I started to realize that it's the space. Yeah. The comfort of being able to come in, and I don't want to look at you every day. I wake up with you every day. Give me a break. Go outside or something. Get with. So you got to learn this type of stuff. Yeah. Nobody telling you. Because you're looking at, man, burnt down. He been locked up 10, 15 years, burnt out. But then I became that person. Yeah. Let me tell you why dudes do that. Yeah. See, a lot of dudes do stuff and they don't know why they're doing it, just doing it because somebody else is doing it. Yeah. And without explaining to them why you doing it. Yeah. You're just doing some shit. Like when I first came in, I see dudes get on their knee and piss. It's like, damn, you pissing for? Why you keep flushing the toilet while you pissing? Yeah. But I got enough sense to be like, man, why you doing that instead of me just doing it? Why you do that? No, bro, because you say, who want to hear another man 8-ball pissing in the toilet?
That's the truth.
So I ain't looking, but at the time,
Exactly.
this is something I'm dealing with somebody that can explain why.
Yeah.
So now by explaining why not, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or why you pissing on the side? Because say you sleep, Sally, I'm gonna get on my knee, I'm gonna piss on the side of the toilet so
Yeah.
you can't hear it.
Yeah.
And then the one loud little flush might not wake you up.
Exactly.
Type thing. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of me just keep flushing the toilet at
Exactly.
night, that type of stuff. But these are different etiquettes and stuff that you got to learn while you're in prison to try to teach people and also help your beard more smoother. You know what I'm saying? Especially when like that.
When you see the celebrities coming in there and you thinking to yourself, okay, we all over here in prison and welcome to the real world, fellas. What was going through your mind in those times?
Like, you the big homie out there on the street. I'm the big homie in here. You see what I'm saying?
Come on now.
There's rules and regulations that you might not know about, and I got to teach you. I'm your big homie.
Yeah.
I got to check your paperwork. You feel what I'm saying? And read it.
Yeah.
Now I'm responsible for you because if I make one wrong read on your paperwork, either way, the responsibility fall on me. Say I clear you.
Yeah.
And come to find out you don't told on somebody. I get that because these dudes gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
Once they find out you told, they don't hurt you. Now it come out that I don't read the paperwork wrong, and we don't hurt this dude already. We ain't got no choice. You know what I'm saying? Or let him out and see if he handle his business, and we're gonna ride with him against you.
Yeah.
So a lot of dudes don't. That's why I be saying about when you come in the system and you strip everything that you got, these jewelry, this and that, and we find out you can't count, and we find out you can't read, and you got these dudes that being they can't read, they give you their paperwork that's telling you that they don't told on somebody because they can't read. You can't read. I don't bump into that plenty of times. Dudes be a little ignorant and they don't be knowing like, bro, that say rule 35.
You told, nigga.
This say rule 35, sir. Rule 35. And it's a tricky thing with the feds because when you're in the federal system, you can get sentenced first. Now my paperwork clean, I ain't tell. Right? Now, just say after I don't got sentenced, the next day, when I go back, I can do a third party tell.
Yeah.
Somebody can tell for me. I don't have to tell. Somebody can tell for me. So now this is what called Rule 35 because you're telling after you've been sentenced. See, that's what a lot of dudes do.
Yeah.
Because there were times where if you snitch before you told these folks for to give you 20 and you don't told before you got sentenced, we're gonna give you 19, sir. See, the feds come playing like that because they don't respect the ratting. So if you tell to give up all the information before you sentence and they don't use you already, we'll knock the year 2 off. So you just went from 20 to 18. But a lot of dudes start catching on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till I get sentenced first.
Yeah.
Boom. So now you got your paperwork saying you clean, you pleaded guilty. Boom. Get down the road, stay in the prison for a little bit. Your girl coming to visit you, talking. You tell her, listen, baby, call this agent right here. Do this right here, do this. But I'm sitting in the prison the whole time. You ain't gonna know if my paperwork clean.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in the law of security, you can get away with that. In the pen, let me see your docket sheet. Give me, okay, there go your PSI and all this right here, your citizen transcripts. Let me see your docket sheet. Because when you get a docket sheet and you want to update it every few years, in the pen, dude's going to be like, all right, docket sheet time. Because the docket sheet is going to tell everything you did. If somebody did a third party for you, it's going to say that you got a downward departure via U.S. government instead of your lawyer. See, that's where the part come in for is learn how to read paperwork. If you don't know that, then you ain't going to know that this dude done did this and that, and you can read it the wrong way.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of like that's the big thing, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying?
How many folks went down the road that you knew that learned real fast that they weren't as tough as they thought they was?
A lot of them. Because you come in with this gun. You know, you've been in the streets, you've been playing with guns. And a lot of dudes ain't grow up fighting these days. They ain't grow up fighting. Even in the early game, member days, we had to get jumped in. We had to be able to fight. You had to show that you had a little,
you had to be
what I'm saying, a
about
little
it.
strong. You had to be something.
Exactly.
Whatever you was in, even in Atlanta, then we used I refuse, but I said strictly business. All this you had to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to do. You know what I'm saying? And you had to be of some value. Period.
Yeah.
So now you start to learn. Like I said, it's all social psychology. Mm-hmm. You could be real and you can fight for yourself. This dude might not he be a man, but my homie ain't on that. You got dudes that's gonna go to the store, he look at TV, he mind his business, he ain't doing drugs, he not gambling, he not participating in the stuff that dudes do. It's kind of like being a citizen.
Yeah.
You can't hold a citizen responsible for telling when they're not in the street.
Yeah.
So when you come into prison, it's kind of like the same thing. This dude going to work every day, working in the kitchen, he's like a citizen.
Yeah.
Versus the dude who out here hustling, he's selling sodas.
Yeah.
He's selling store. He's selling weed. Whatever he's doing. Now he gambling.
Yeah.
He playing tickets. Now you're starting to get into extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
And it's lion, tigers, and bears out here.
Exactly.
So now you start to realize, because you have people that come in and they see you doing something that you shooting dice and all this. Now they think they can come in and do it too because they see their homie doing it, but it don't work like that.
Yeah.
Because now you open up doors for other animals. So now when you're in a dice game, and dice games very conversational, niggas talking shit, and they bitch ass nigga, and niggas ain't paying you the money, shorting the pot. They doing little stuff to see what they can get away with dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? So now you start to venture out. Now I got to let you know, okay, being you starting to do this on me, now this will come with it now.
Yeah.
It's up to me to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in the unit with you, I'm your big homie, or I fuck with you, I'm going to tell you, listen, this is what's going to happen with this. Boop, 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 boop. You can't let this happen. You can't get away with that.
Yeah.
Because his actions reflect me.
Come on now.
You feel what I'm saying? Period. You from Georgia. So they going to look at, they ain't going to say, Beehive did. They're going to say them Georgia niggas.
Yeah.
Man, them Georgia niggas let that nigga get away with taking their shit. They ain't going to say, Freeze let a dude do it. They're going to put all y'all together. So now all y'all together, now other cars, other people from different places going to feel like, oh, them dudes from Georgia soft. So they going to try their hand.
Come on now.
That's guaranteed to happen. You're going to try their hand. And the first one going to try their hand is your homie. That's when you start to realize it's the one, your homie is the ones that you're the closest with, them the ones going to try you first. And the reason I'm breaking this down again, the politics of this, because it's the respect level.
Yeah.
Okay, we in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Or we from Georgia, or we in North Carolina, and it ain't no 10 of us on the yard.
Yeah.
So what happens is, you start to realize, damn, I ain't 10 of us from Georgia. So the respect level there, but the respect level drop because I'm gonna feel like you ain't gonna hurt me, you ain't gonna do nothing to me because you need me here.
Yeah.
So now I might pay this man before I pay you. You know, I might borrow stuff from you and never pay you back, or I might go in your locker, squeeze on your lotion, little stamps might get stolen.
Yeah.
Little stuff like that. And but you'll pay dude over here because he from another state, because you feel like I ain't gonna do nothing to you because I'm the homie. I can't stab you.
Yeah.
I can just whoop your ass, you know what I'm saying, if you want that, but you know what I'm saying, at the same time, but dudes gonna try their hand.
But you
like
need
that.
to be stabbed.
Ain't no question. And if it's serious enough, you still gonna get the consequences of what come with the action that you did. Depend on the severity of the crime, like the level of the punishment you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Based on if it's something petty or something like that, man, we just can't sell together. We ain't getting along, and then you got to realize we just two different type of people. Because like, if me and you in a relationship, period, any type of relationship, if we don't have no type of disagreement, somebody faking.
Yeah.
In a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So other than that, you just being a yes man. But ain't nothing wrong with that. I can just be like, we just can't live together, bro.
Yeah.
And I get along better with somebody from another state because the respect level gonna get back high.
Yeah.
You're trying to represent where you from, and I'm trying to show you it's real niggas down where I'm from
Exactly.
too. So now the respect level gonna stay right here, even when you're dealing with other races. I'm trying to give you the best representation of my race, and they're gonna try to give me the best representation of they race. It ain't state, it's race now. It goes from the states to the race.
Freeze. When you turned 30 in that thing, man, what was the difference between 25 and 30-year-old Freeze and then 35 and 30-year-old Freeze, man?
Be honest with you, it probably really wasn't too much of a difference at that phase, because you can't look 15 years ahead. So I'm just being who I am now. Just like you, I'm not going to do no culinary art class, and I know I ain't finna get out 15, 20 more years. They might not even be cooking this no more. They might just put a little drop of water. They might turn it to a meal. You know what I'm saying? So your mind
Back to the future in this thing.
Most people's minds ain't educating themselves because they feel like they don't get the opportunity to use it.
To use it, yeah.
What I'm gonna go get a GED for and I got 20 years or 30 or I got life. Their mentality ain't to educate or try to do none of that. They just surviving. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like I say, you gotta, become a part of your environment. You got to adapt and become a part of your environment in order to survive. So people go in savage mode or go into whatever mode they survival mode is.
Exactly.
One of your survival mode might be hustling. Other survival mode might be taking something. Other dude survival mode might just be the soft press. Other dude hustle might be other men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to look at everything for what it is. It's a world stage, and like I said, it's going to boil down to, at the end of the day, respect. Because like I told you, and people be disagreeing, but it's the truth. It's 3 people that in prison that a person ain't gonna like. First off, a rat can't make it. Then a thief.
Yeah.
A rat and a thief. Everybody else can make it.
Yeah.
You can say dude a homosexual, but he ain't no rat. He ain't told, he ain't gonna steal.
Yeah.
So he ain't gonna bother you till you get in his business.
Come on.
Because the respect level high, so you got to ask for this.
Yeah.
To deal with that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So, and at the same time, this the homie.
Yeah.
Just because he pushing this lie, I need him.
He gonna stab something too.
I need him.
Exactly.
Why I look like putting pressure on him, run him off when he might be the one saving me. I done been in those situations before.
Talk about them situations
like,
right
I've been in a situation in Hazelton, West Virginia, where all these tough dudes and these dudes, they're saying they this and that, and you look out, damn, it's the homie that y'all saying he a homosexual, and his dude. They the one out here standing out here on the front line and ready to push, versus the dudes who saying they was the gangster. So I don't really get into that. It's survival mode.
Yeah.
If this man willing to put his life on the line to help me to keep mine and me helping me keep his, then, that's what it is. And I learned that through the race ride.
Yeah.
That's how I became friends with a lot of dudes from a lot of different places based on, like, violent situations, knowing that our life on the line. And you look up, like, we in a race ride, and everybody on ran. I turn around, it's a dude from D.C. standing right working with me.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn about him. Exactly. My partner.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing you finna tell me different about this man right here, even if he's the homie. I'm with him.
Exactly.
That's when your mentality start to change. You start to look at people different.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's just all, at the end of the day, prison is all social psychology, man. That's all to break down to. Because sometimes, like, a lot of people will say they, I don't see where people will push the racist agenda, but then in the cell, y'all in here drinking, but you using it as but people use that as a control method to control their people.
Come on.
And that's what it be.
So now, when your time started getting short, though, man, what was going through your mind at those times? Were you like, okay, now it's looking like I'm about to be getting out this thing in 5?
First off, like in my bed, man had did 15 years. I'm like in my 12th, 13th year. I caught 7 more years in there. So I did 3 years straight in the hole. Cause I got caught with 31 grams of heroin. So they made me do a month in the hole for basically like every gram I got caught with.
Yeah.
So here it is. I'm in the hole. Damn. Going through situations like that. And by the time it come for me I was getting ready to go home, and then I got indicted. See, they didn't even indict me or none of that. I did 3 years straight in the hole without an indictment, without nothing. And that was my first time going to Big Sandy. I got sent to Big Sandy, and it got while I was like, I'm gonna say about close to a year to going home.
Yeah.
And I got this paper in the mail said report to R&D. You know what I'm saying? Packing. I was like, I just got here, so I know I ain't. Oh man, it might not be. I said, man, it's that case. I got to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now my heart beating fast as hell. I'm like, I just did 15 years. Now these 4. Now I'm looking at damn, my cell just got caught. I'm going to Virginia,
Yeah.
Commonwealth State. My homeboy just got caught with 7 grams of weed in the prison.
Yeah.
And they gave this nigga 5 years. Man, I got caught with 31 grams of heroin. These folks finna lose it. So now my hair turning gray. Now the hair turning gray. Dreads gonna fall out.
Come on now.
Man, they finna give me 20 more after I did 15. I don't got to the door like this.
Come on
so
now.
I'm back I'm back to feeling like I just got locked up again. I'm back to the phase of the fear of not knowing what's finna happen with my life.
Yeah.
And my life in somebody's hand.
Yeah.
So now you gotta learn how to think, you know what I'm saying? And get your mind ready. Okay, here go another.
Yeah.
Damn, I ever gonna get out of prison? You start doubting yourself and you go through all the emotions of like you be like, I don't want to give up.
Mm-hmm.
But you be like, you know what? I ain't gonna let them break me. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I did it, they caught me. Let's go. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boom. You suck it up. You just gotta suck it up.
Them 3 years in a hole though, man. What's the difference between the hole and just regular population?
When you in the hole, you in the cell for 23 and 1. So you in the cell, maybe the size of this room,
Yeah.
for 23 hours out the day.
Yeah.
And you get to go out for 1 hour in a cage and then come back to your cell. That's depending on where you at.
Yeah.
Because if you somewhere like Lee County, Hazleton, these prisons are on top of mountains. These pens are on top of mountains. So it might be snow up to this wonder. Now you can't even go outside. So now you're stuck in a cell 24 hours a day. And this might go on for 6 months where you ain't getting a chance to go outside unless you just gonna say, you know, you got some people that still go out, but when you in them type of situations like that, you just gonna stay in the cell and try to, you know, it's cold out there. You on a mountain, it's a blizzard. You in the hole. You ain't got the right jacket to wear or the jumpsuit. You can't warm up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No type of way. So they taking advantage of this too. So now they ain't got to work by taking you from their cell so they enjoying it. Boom. So now you just stuck in the cell 24 hours with yourself.
Yo, man.
So now my mind state is, again, like I'm just on some like, I ain't gonna let these people break me. And you know how many times I went on my life story? Man, if I would have made this move, this probably could have happened.
Yeah.
Man, I should have did it like that. Man, I shouldn't have did, you know what I'm saying? So you go over your life story so much. And of course, going through your life story and being in the cell 24 hours with yourself, you start talking to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Shit.
I got in the
Why
space.
not?
I got in the space where I can enjoy my own company. I can look in the mirror and talk to me.
Come
you know
on,
what I'm saying?
come
talk
on.
to a real one. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you fucking up, man. You need to tighten up. So you start getting to that, man. What the fuck, man? You tripping? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, like I say, it's the same kind of way. Like, and then now you get into that mode, and like I say, you suck it up again. Now I got to find stuff, other things to like have my mind grasp to in order to think outside the wall and place my mind outside of this situation. And while I was in the hole, that's why I learned how to read Spanish. I learned how to write Spanish.
Yeah.
I learned how to speak Spanish. I started teaching myself.
Exactly.
And I started reading books. Now I'm reading. Now I'm getting into the phase where I'm more reading.
Yeah.
I'm doing more, you know, because ain't nobody in there but you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And in certain places, you'll have a cellie, like in certain prisons and the feds, you can't even flush your own toilet. So you in there with another man, me and you in the cell, 24 hours a day. When I take a shit, we can't flush the toilet. Now these folk come out to open up your flap up to your door, boom, here your tray. I ain't even flush the toilet. I just took a shit. I got to try to sprinkle some Kool-Aid in to try to calm. You can't even flush your own toilet. So you really in savage mode for real.
Exactly.
You can't, certain places, there ain't no commissary, ain't none of that. Some places, the toothbrush go on your finger and you got to brush your teeth like this. It's powder toothpaste.
Yeah.
And you don't got nothing else, 2 sheets and
Yeah.
1 blanket, or a sheet and a half a blanket, and your shower's in the cell already.
Yeah.
And you sinking your toilet, so we ain't got to bring you out.
Yeah.
And this is type of stress you got people on that people can't deal with reality of being with themselves. That's when people start, you know, trying to, you know, commit suicide.
Yeah.
Or start acting out, doing stuff because they stressed out and they dealing with a lot of stuff that's pent up. And they looking for some type of avenue to try to get, you know what I'm saying, release their stress.
Exactly.
Because me and you say, I got one cell, we've been in the cell, and we in the shoe, and we've been in here 2 years, man. A domino game can turn deadly. You don't beat me 5, you cheating. Like I don't did this like for real. Man, you cheating, man. You ain't gloved me for you cheating.
Yeah.
So because you so tensed up.
You angry as hell.
Right. So this is my partner, and you like, man, we frustrated as hell, man. Hey man, you playing.
Yeah.
So you might get the hitting a little bit. And, man, you home, man. You know, sit out, but you my partner, we just in the cell too.
Niggas got to fight.
Right. You got to realize that, damn, like, we're gonna slap, but okay, the slap box.
Exactly.
But this my personal partner ain't doing this with everybody.
Exactly.
We just having to grow a bond like that, but being in the cell with each other, so we start trying to find ways to, get your mind outside the wall.
Okay. I got a few other questions to ask you, but I got to ask this, though. How did you get your sanity back? After you done sat in there, you done had long-ass conversations with your damn self. How did you bring that back in, sir?
Oh, man.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, nigga, you walk out of there, they like, all right, that nigga Freeze over there, goddamn, having a good-ass time by himself.
So, a lot of times, like, you start trying to find other ways to let stuff out and, like, teaching people.
Yeah.
When you start teaching, you start living through other people.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of like one of the points to where I started learning, okay, maybe through educating somebody, helping somebody interested in the little information that I got, and I see I can help this person. So you start trying to do that. And that's kind of like, and then you start doing that, you start to realize the law of attraction. Certain things start to balance out. Certain people start to enter your life again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you go into those type of situations, when you're in the cell all that time, you start dealing with more spirituality because you're going within yourself.
Yeah.
Not going without, asking somebody else. You got to go within.
Yeah.
And within yourself and try to get answers instead of going with, without.
Exactly.
So it's during that phase that, and sometimes, you got people some people late bloomers.
Yeah.
You got some people that's late bloomers. You got some people that never bloom at all. So at the end of the day, it's going to depend on how strong you is mentally.
Yeah.
I can't determine how strong you is mentally.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you came from. I don't know your pedigree.
Yeah.
Because you got, like I said, you got people that got the degree, but they ain't got the pedigree.
Shit. Okay. Now, you came across a BG in that thing, sir.
Oh, man, that's kind of like why, another reason why I embrace my situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's being honest, like, if I got out in the 15 that I had did, I want to be the person I am today.
Yeah.
I want to never learn Spanish.
Yeah.
I want to never met BG.
Yeah.
So I started to realize things in your life start to happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to position yourself for certain things. I learned that through reading too, and I think T.I. made a statement that said, if possession is 9/10 of a law, then position is 9/10 of life. And that statement that he made, that kind of stuck with me throughout, my prison bid. And I started to realize, hey man, you're gonna look up, you're gonna be going home in a minute, and somebody asks you what you learned while you was in prison, like, what you gonna tell them? Yeah. And I didn't want to, knock on people that look at sports or love and hip hop and stuff like that, but I want to be able to go out and be able to function in society. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, so I embraced what I became, because now I'm starting to read newspapers, I'm starting to inform myself, and I'm starting to realize signs and symbols as far as, okay, this happened. Okay, I end up going to the hole, but if I never go to the hole, then I never end up in the cell with this particular guy. Yeah. That I met the best quality of men off the extra time that I caught versus the first 15 that I did. Damn. I met a better quality because I guess I became a better quality of person. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? When you change your mind, you can change your reality. Exactly. So having my mindset started to change, and through the laws of attraction, certain people started to enter my life with certain information. Yeah. That started to help me develop a gift that I felt like I already had. I was just too immature for it at a particular time. So I ended up, I did bump into BG, and that was a blessing. Exactly. Being able to see him free and y'all be free at the same time, how does that feel when you think about, you know what, man, we was in this thing locked up, and now we all out here free? Kind of like being honest, like when you in prison, you did a lot of time, like I did. You know, I mean, the dudes gonna tell me they gonna do something for me when they get out.
Mm.
And haven't.
Yeah.
So you kind of develop that too.
Yeah.
Dudes telling you, when I get out, man, I'm gonna send you some pictures.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put some money on your boy. I'm gonna make sure you're straight. And you never hear nothing from them again in life.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta you're gonna go through that. So you still gotta have your mindset to where you got yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So me bumping into BG and becoming sellers with him, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that was a blessing, and I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
And I started to realize, man, this law of attraction thing was real.
What is it that you learned from the BG?
The law of attraction. I witnessed it through him because he was so giving.
Yeah.
Because the heart that he had, like I said, he don't help me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, in my situation. And I realized, man, every time he gives somebody something,
He
get
something.
he get $100. He give a dude $100, he get $1,000.
Yeah.
Then I was like, he used to be like, you know what? The light popped on. Oh. Now I'm watching it, but I'm watching it from, you know what I'm saying?
A different standpoint. Yeah.
Man, and he used to always be so nonchalant about it. He probably didn't even realize that he was enacting the law of attraction.
Yeah.
And it's actually just naturally kind-hearted.
Exactly.
So when you start to see and you start to realize what's going on around you, spiritual-wise, you be like, okay, so that's what they mean by, okay, you have it in abundance because you give it in abundance.
Exactly.
So you got to be able to support, you know, God, be it people or whatever spirituality that you're in.
Yeah.
You start to realize this is where the wealth come from, so you can give it to the right people.
Yeah.
You can be giving, and people been burnt so much that you don't want to become like the person that burnt you. Don't let them dictate who you are. You just got to be who you are to a different type of person.
Yeah.
I can be me with him.
Yeah.
I can't be me with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you start to realize, oh man, you being petty. So you got dudes that throw that word petty around a lot. And I start developing, man, you saying something petty, but everything petty, I got it.
Yeah.
If it's so petty, why you ain't got it? It can't be petty.
Come on
if
now.
you ask me for it. So you start to tell dudes, so you can't never tell, and that's why I say the social psychology part come in, because people don't look at stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man, that's how you gonna say something petty when you just ask to borrow it.
Yeah.
If you ask to borrow it, you ain't got it. So it can't be petty.
Mm-hmm.
Just get a man with his stuff back or put it back or this and that. Just you can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't call another man petty if you don't have it. So now I start to realize, you know what? I need to start ask questions about certain stuff. I start developing that.
Yeah.
Instead of being rebuttalist to people about why they do stuff, you start to say, man, why you do that?
Yeah.
And this is another social psychology. I'm asking you why you do that, because if you did something stupid, then maybe you can't explain why you did that, and hopefully why you can't explain it, you'll realize you did something stupid.
Exactly.
But you gotta have people that's gonna try to explain themselves and still try to make something stupid correct when you just be like, okay, because maybe you could teach me something why you did it. So that's why I'm asking you why.
Yeah.
And like you say, when you start to realize he's still trying to explain that, I ain't since dealing with him.
Yeah.
I don't know what the type of person I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Okay, boom. But then you got the person that, man, like me, you ask me and I be like, man, I can't even explain that. That just some dumb shit. Shit, I don't know.
Answer me this though, Freeze. When you touched down though, man, after you had did that extra 7, and you thinking to yourself, y'all niggas done got me for an extra 7 in this thing. How did you feel when you touched down?
First, I was preparing myself to touch down.
Yeah.
Telling people, man, this is what I'm gonna do when I get out, because I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then you have people that, you know, oh man, you been locked up, you out of touch, you don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
But you keep it, I'm stay focused. That's another reason why I put pictures up, I fantasize.
Yeah.
I fantasized a lot.
Yeah.
I kept my mind outside the wall about what I wanted to do when I get out. How can I take advantage of my situation?
Yeah.
And this start being more organized in your days and your time. Now your time going by fast because you don't organize.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And like, you don't realize like.
Then you realize you ain't got enough time. Like, nigga, I'm trying to get this.
Oh, this is why grandma don't get up at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Ain't no hours in the day. And I developed myself with a little program far as dealing with time management.
Yeah.
And I started to teach the RDAP program in Big Sandy in the PM because I said, you know what, if I'm going to go out here and talk to kids and try to explain to people about my situation, if I could teach a grown man, I should have a problem reaching the kid.
Exactly.
Because teaching a grown man real hard.
Come on now, they set in their ways in this thing, free.
That thing hard. So I developed, tough skin.
Yeah.
Try to speak a little more respectful, not use certain words.
Yeah.
Because the communication part, as far as when you're in the Fed, everybody got a different mentality. So you got to be able to speak towards that particular person's mentality.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to develop a way to talk. But without the experience, you can't explain nothing to nobody. You can know something.
Come on.
In order to know something, you have to experience it. Other than that, you just got a concept of it. I had to learn that too.
Yeah.
You can tell me Be Live a good dude.
Yeah.
But I ain't experienced it.
Come
I
on
was
now.
going about what you saying. He may be good to
Exactly.
you because you got some dudes that I done bumped into some shit. To you.
Yeah.
But they the best man in the world to me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Nah, I'm with
So
you.
you got to judge each person based on your interaction with them and not about what somebody say about them or, and you got to learn that, if you want to change your tax bracket, you got to change your friends. So you start to develop that
Yeah.
to try to help you get out. Man, why you hang with dude over here? But dude know about credit.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't about him being, he ain't no gangster or this and that. He got information that I just need to arm myself with
Exactly.
to make a transition into the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So, when you come in, and one of the ways I developed myself, I ask dudes that catch violations and come back. You just did 10 years, you caught a violation, you come back. Hey, man, what the first thing you did when you get out? How this go? I start questioning, how they went? And then I looking at the magazines. I'm looking at the clothes y'all wearing. When I went in, it was white tee.
Yeah,
I hanging out to my feet. And I didn't want to get out like Fly Guy. I'm gonna get you something. Yeah. I got the picture now. But let me look at these magazines. When I come out with my little t-shirt on tight, I don't bought from the store. I go to the, I can get away with this out there.
Yeah.
I can wear this.
Yeah.
People like, man, OG burnt out. No, OG can wear with the street. I ain't finna come out here, but they don't know.
Yeah.
What I'm doing.
I'm with you.
So I'm like, okay, they wearing the jeans like that.
Yeah.
Hey, laundry man, put the jeans tight at the bottom so the shoe, I can know it's the shoe. I don't spit this, but let me see what's going on.
Exactly.
So now I start wearing my clothes a little
Exactly.
different. Start preparing yourself because you have what you call be doing half. You know what I'm saying? But people feel like if you have something, then you can be this and you can do that.
Yeah.
No, be it first.
Yeah.
Be a boss. Carry yourself as
Exactly.
a boss. Even if you broke. If you be a boss, people gonna start doing you as if you a boss.
That's right.
No, you be the boss, then you're gonna start having stuff as if you're a boss because people gonna treat you like that, then do.
Exactly.
Be it, have it, do.
Exactly.
Be it, do it, then have. Don't wait till you get it and
Yeah.
then say you be able to do this and that. No.
Come on.
Carry it out. It's acting. That's law of attraction. Carry yourself like that and you're gonna track everything that comes with the particular thing that you're acting out.
When you touched down, though, man, how did you feel?
Jittery. And I still, right now, still go through the transition because, your mind got to make a transition with information.
Yeah.
Like, I've been seeing orange,
Yeah.
red, white, blue, certain colors
Yeah.
for so many years that something simple is coming out to that and looking at all these different colors. My mind got the computer still. My mind got the example, this store ain't over here no more.
Yeah.
That store ain't over there no more. Damn, where the hell I'm at?
Yeah.
Man, this Marriott, this Smyrna.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, they look like the same. So your mind, you come out and you out, and people don't realize I be out with my homeboy for like an hour or two. Man, take me home.
Yeah.
Because you used to being in this type of closed environment.
Exactly.
And your mind don't got tired because it's seeing everything.
Yeah.
So now your mind don't got so much information that's rating you really.
Information overload.
Now you're getting tired.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that people won't understand. But somebody coming from that type of doing that amount of time and coming, a lot of people have did this time, but they can't explain the psychological part that you're going through.
Exactly.
Like when I came home, the first thing people want to know is, do you think you're gonna get with a female? No, I want to take a bath.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I said, I've been standing taking a shower for 20 years. So something simple as that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Let me, get an ice cube. Or let me taste this.
Yeah.
Or let me taste that. You start trying to expand your taste buds.
Yeah.
Like my homie had to tell me, man, ain't no McDonald's no more. Quit going to McDonald's. Why don't you get some Haitian food, get some African food. Man, you been eating this, change up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like that. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. I'm with you. I mean, we love McDonald's back in them days, so I understand.
So, coming up to fast food was things.
Yeah,
so you think when you
exactly.
get out, I want to chase me a Big Mac.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you get out, you like eat the Big Mac, and now my stomach
Man,
sore. You be
what
like,
your
man, what's
ass
going
at?
on?
Yeah.
What's why I'm using the bathroom like this? Maybe the food too rich. I ain't used to eating this rich food. So you go through that. You go through the phase of everything. Like I said, I went in jail when the Nextel came out. No key and all this. So when you come out and this technology is different,
Yeah.
like something that's a fountain drink. You know, back then you just get the cup and just push the little white thing.
Yeah.
I just digitalized. Now I'm sitting up at the thing, I'm looking. You don't know I've been in jail. So you gonna look at me like you stupid mother. What the hell is you doing?
Nigga, I do it and I ain't been in there.
Right.
Like, nigga, what the
Well, I
hell
done
is
went
this
to doors
thing?
and open the door wrong.
Yeah.
Man, the door don't open like this. It go this way. Like that type of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
But you don't realize it's a psychological effect on you.
Yeah.
I'm going to the bathroom. I'm looking for the knob. I ain't looking for the
Yeah.
stick my hand. I didn't know that.
Exactly.
But if you stand in line behind me, you ain't gonna know I've been through what I've been through.
Yeah.
So that's why you try to be careful of the way you deal with people, because you don't never know where they came from, what this person going through.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying, what's going on in their mind, because a person could be just having a bad day or this
Yeah.
and that. So, or it could be somebody like me that's got out of prison that just don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like another reason what I want to have a platform for, so I can also get dudes prepared for the transition from the free world to society.
That YouTube page, man. Break it down to me, sir.
Well, when I got out, like I said, me and BG was sellers, and I didn't really want to get out. This is my partner, so I wasn't really, he always used to tell me, the years in the cell, putting this together, what we're going to do when we get out,
Yeah.
this and that, these plans. So, at the same time, I used to say to him, like, you got the barbecue, the least I can do is, come with the Coronas. I got potato salad, I got something in my hand, even though you might sit it on there, it might be 50 more potato salads. or 10 more different kind of beer. I got my little Coronas, I came with something in my hand. So, it stumbled up on him by accident because they made that rumor about the Zesty part.
Okay, yeah.
And, when I got out, I stayed in contact with his mom, and I just talked to his mom off and on, just checking on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you doing? How your mind state? You all right? This is what I'm going through out here.
Yeah.
This is what's going on in the halfway house, so you had this type of information, so you know this is what your son gonna be going through, what you can do for him, what you can't, how you gonna be able to move a little bit, even though each state different. This is the general basics.
Yeah.
So when the allegation came out with the Zesty and all that, she made she was upset about that. Like, man, you an OG. You got to straighten up. You, my son said it. Straighten that up. You somebody in there.
Yeah.
You somebody in there. And next thing I know, probably like an hour or so later, Video Wayne called me. So I'm like, oh, damn, this don't happen too. Oh, what's going on? Like, yeah, you ready to interview? Man, it's my birthday. I just, like, it's on my birthday. I'm like, oh, I ain't talked to this man, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I got a relationship with the mom and I got a relationship with him, and I don't want to be caught up in the situation, being in the middle of that. So at the same time as my partner, so I'm gonna text him and see, what you think. Is it cool for me to? So go ahead. So got his blessings. It was cool. And once I realized that it ain't just had to be BG, it's the principle of you saying something about a man with no proof, and just my partner.
Yeah.
It ain't had to be BG, it could have been you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody make an allegation against you, and I know better, I know the real you. I'm not finna let nobody put that bone on you like that.
Exactly.
And I know better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm obligated as a friend to at least try to stand up for that. Even though, you know what I'm saying, let them know, man, this wasn't what that was. Dude wasn't built. I was there.
Exactly.
And now it's coming from somebody that's, I'm solidified in the BOP, especially in the PN and some FCIs. But I got a lot of people in there that know the stuff that I be saying is true. Yeah. They know I was there. They know I'm one of them.
Exactly.
I'm one of the ones that if I say something, it hold weight. In there. That's not a good thing. I'm not glorifying it, but it just come with being who I am and some of the guys I know, and I feel like it's a responsibility to tote. Everybody got their own community. The podcast community got their own community. Hip hop got their own community. The prison got their own community. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to that. You.
What was going through your mind when BG got out and you saw the internet get a hold of his ass and give him hell?
The first thing I seen was the fake BG they had put up there. I'm like, man,
see that? I'm part of that problem. I'm part of that problem. Forgive me.
I know this man ain't gonna come out here with no institutional gray sweatsuit that I just bought on the cover. $20. That man ain't finna.
Forgive me,
the look,
BG.
to everything like that. Yeah. Like and this man is a legend.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people, young generation don't know that, but I'm older than BG, but I was raised off of his music.
Listen to them goddamn albums.
Right.
Yeah.
So not just that, this man got a certain kind of brand. That man respected.
Yeah.
In the street, not he a street. He got his career. So I got to stand up for a real one.
Yeah.
Everybody love BG.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The ones that know him. So what I look like, not saying nothing about a situation that I know is not true about him. You feel me?
What did the BG have to say when you talked to him about it, though? Because I know this whole internet thing was new to him coming out.
New
and
to
he
me
didn't
too.
even, you see what I'm saying?
New to me too.
Hell,
still is. I'm
come
still
on.
learning that. And he was just like, man, you did good.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I'm not going to never say nothing that can put people livelihood and things.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be telling them about the business, telling them, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm pretty well, I'm pretty articulate.
Yeah.
In my speech, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I said, it's like one of the gifts is natural. I know how to talk.
Exactly.
I know how to say, know how to think of my feet, you know what I'm saying, type of thing. But and I ain't get no bad comments about it. Period. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a few, but not more.
Those are called trolls.
Right. More people was more,
appreciate
we know that, appreciate that. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, that's a real one. Like, I'm not gonna let y'all shit on my man like that. Man, like that. Man, you know. So I felt compelled to speak out about it. But at the same time, being that it may have started out, you know what I'm saying, on his situation, but his situation, I just want to let people know who I am.
Yeah, exactly.
And the stuff that I'm trying to do as far as help represent his brand, because that's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
So it's only that when people look at me, they're going to say, oh, that's BG Sellers. So that means it go back to the prison politics.
Yeah.
They go one of them right there. So that means I got to carry myself
correctly
in a certain type of light. Like in this game, it's gonna be stuff I'm gonna learn what to say, what not to say, and stuff like that, and how people twist your words up and all this type of stuff. But at the end of the day, man, it was just a friend that I felt compelled to, you know, stand up for.
How did you feel when that internet got a hold of your ass? You see what I'm saying? Because you said, okay, I'm gonna just go out here and say what I need to say, but I didn't know the power of this damn internet from sitting in the house saying something.
Right, I didn't. And like I said, like, it wasn't like a lot of stuff. I don't even know how to read some of the comments. I had to learn how to read.
Oh yeah, no, don't go there. I'll still be there with my kids.
I don't know how to do all. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, from overall perspective, it's the reaction of, you know what I'm saying, that I've been getting. Like, it's been more positive than negative.
Yeah. So
I never really fed into nothing negative or what nobody said and nothing like that, because most of the stuff I'm saying like facts.
Exactly.
So when I'm standing up on truth, and you a man that's standing up on truth, then that means you're going to die behind what you're saying.
Come on now.
You're going to stand on that. What I say, that's what I've been, you know, like I say, you got people cut from a claw, cut from a napkin. If I say it, I'm standing on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I don't know, I don't know.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? If I ask a question if I don't know, or I try to get the much information as I can before I speak about it. But as far as that go, like, I'm standing on what I say.
Yo, YouTube, though, man. I mean, what are you kicking on that thing, Freeze?
It's kicking on their information as far as dealing with stories that try to deter people not to go, that they don't have to go through what I went through. And then you have people that I'm letting you know how to separate reality from entertainment.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to give you the reality standpoint, what you're up against, what you're going to be facing, the different type of games you're gonna be played with.
Yeah.
And if you want to live this particular lifestyle, I'm the one that's letting you know the things that come with the lifestyle that you're choosing to live.
Yeah.
And sometimes these people are rapping or saying stuff about that particular lifestyle that they never lived. So they can't really, even they speaking on somebody else's experiences, so they can't really teach you. They just got the concept. So to know something is to experience it. Like I said, you can have a concept of something. So a lot of people are rapping based on concept, and a lot of kids can't separate concept from the dude knowing what he's talking about.
Answer me this, though, Freeze. After doing all of that time, man, was any of the stuff that you were doing prior to being locked up, was it worth it? And what would you have did differently? I mean, would you have done the same thing and say, you know what, I am who I am right now because of this, I don't give a damn? Or is it, no, I would have chose a different path? I mean, how do you feel?
On certain things, like when I caught the extra time in prison, like the extra time that I caught,
yeah,
I don't regret that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I was in a position where I was able to take care of certain people.
Yeah.
You might have family members that's sick, couldn't get their medicine.
Yeah.
That forced me to go back to my old ways. People behind on their rents, pandemics going on. So you try to, even before that, you got people that's struggling, and you being a breadwinner or a hustler is automatically in you to try to make stuff, the way you can help people.
Yeah.
That's even though you're in your situation. And like I said, like on my page, a lot of stuff that I'm gonna talk about, I know I gotta give back.
Yeah.
You try to balance out the wrong you did. I'm a Libra.
Yeah.
So I try to balance it
out. Yeah.
And sometimes part of being balancing stuff out and being a Libra, you can see stuff from both sides. So you can see stuff from both sides. Sometimes it make you indecisive. It'll make me indecisive about certain things.
I'm with you.
And so what I'll do is I'll voice my opinion out there and see how many people lean this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay.
Yeah.
Being they leaning that way, that must be the right thing. Boom.
Yeah.
A lot of this, so now I can balance it out like that with my decision making as far as, because I can see stuff from both sides.
Yeah.
I can see that. And sometimes it may look like you're contradicting yourself.
Yeah.
Just because I can see it from both sides, but my action's going to go with how I feel about it.
Exactly.
Sometimes you're going to go by what you think. You got to go by, sometimes you got to use that gut, how I feel about it.
Moving forward, Freeze, how can these folks contact you, sir?
I'm on Instagram, OGFreeze_019.
Yeah.
OG Freeze. I'm OG Freeze on the YouTube.
Yes, sir.
019.
That's right.
And the 019
Talk
is
to me.
how you identify in prison where a person is from, your last 3 digits. So the 019 come about because if you in the feds and we in Texas, or we in New York, I see that 019, oh, he from Atlanta. 020, oh, he from Georgia. That's how we identify where we from. Oh, he 007, he from DC. 001, he from here. 056, he from North Carolina. Oh, he from... So you start to try to I started trying to look at that as a brand that try to represent what's going on in our city and what's
damn
going
right.
on. So because that's what I did in there. Like when you come in, you talking about Atlanta, this and that, I'm front line in that. Or you talking about Georgia dudes, I'm front line in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
different prisons in different states. Is it different in different states or is it the same shit in every damn state?
It ain't just the different stuff, and it's the level of the prison that you're in.
Okay.
Stuff that you do in a lower security, you can't do in a penitentiary setting.
Yeah.
And it'd be small stuff.
Yeah.
Like in the pen, you ain't gonna just open nobody's door and walk in it. You're gonna knock first.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna look at nobody's cell, just look in it. Dude gonna dress you with that. You know what I'm saying? What you're trying to see.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on.
Yeah.
So with that type of stuff, you start to, develop, okay, people skills, social skills. Okay, around the world, they do this over here.
Yeah.
These dudes over here, like I said on one of my things, called me a bitch.
Yeah.
She was the first person to call me a bitch. So I'm like, man, what's
Nigga,
up?
do I need to kill you?
What's up, bitch? You like, okay, what's up, bitch? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But I've been around people in other prisons in Yazoo and been around a lot of their kind, I like, okay, that's just the way they talk.
Exactly.
But somebody that ain't got my experience,
they might
be offended by that.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say it broaden your mind a little bit if you mature enough to accept the fact I'm in here.
Yeah.
Now what you gonna do about it? How can I take this bad situation and turn it into something good? What's the silver lining in the situation? And be able to get the details of the silver lining.
Yeah.
And I kind of like, that's what I'm trying to do. It's a black cloud going to prison, but I'm going to tell y'all the silver lining it was for me.
Yeah.
My silver lining might not be yours.
When you touch down back in the streets, though, man, as a free man, how were you able to decompress? You see what I'm saying? You talked about being in a damn shoe, angry than a motherfucker, having a long-ass conversation with your damn self. Niggas angry, frustrated. You see what I'm saying? Niggas trying to survive. You come back home as a free man. How long did it take you to say, honey, I'm home in this thing?
It took, first off, you like you living a dream.
Ah.
You like, damn, wake up. Ain't nobody said count time.
Yeah.
Wake up, you looking around, you like, damn, I'm free.
Woo.
Like, I ain't had to get up and do this and that. You like, okay. But at the same time, what you do have with you, and a lot of people don't realize, a lot of people coming from this type of environment and doing them wrong, you become emotionally detached. Because you've been covering up insecurities for so long. Not insecurities, you've been like you're
emotions.
Your emotions.
Yeah.
You can't be emotional or you don't got a letter. And it could be some emotional
Real
stuff
shit.
going on.
Yeah.
That you may need to cry or let something out. You can't do that around men. Because somebody gonna take advantage of that.
Exactly.
You going, man, this my daughter's just out. And dude gonna be right there. Yeah, what's going on? And you know what you gotta do? They gonna take advantage. They come sit down and talk to me about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now you develop a fact where somebody that's haven't been in contact with you during the course of your bid, and it could be a close loved one, but they ain't been writing you or nothing.
Exactly.
And they could pass away. You're not gonna feel the same. You just be like, so and such that, damn, okay.
Yeah.
And you keep it going.
Exactly.
So now you don't develop a shell on yourself to where, you know, you don't really realize it, but you don't emotionally detach yourself.
Exactly.
And a lot of, when you first come home from prison, if your mom's still alive, that was the first wave of getting my emotion back.
Yeah.
Because mama cry, I'm crying. My mama cry, I'm crying. I don't care what it's for. Please, mama, I'm crying too. Oh, you know what I'm saying? My mama, I love my mama. You know what I'm saying? So my mama get to crying, I'm crying.
Yeah.
So that helps me develop emotion.
Yeah.
To a certain extent to where I'm getting back in
Brought a
that.
nigga's humanity back.
Right. And now you got to get on the nurturing side. That's where you start dealing with females.
Yeah.
Because females are emotional people and they start to help you, even though sometimes they take you through the emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
But you're getting them back.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have none. You know what I'm saying? But that's like one of the main challenges that I come across, the language barrier.
Yeah.
People pulling you 1,000 different ways at one time. Everybody wants some of your time because you just got out.
Yeah.
And you got to learn how to try to divide that up, which I really ain't got good at. Yeah, I'm still developing that because I feel like it's time for me to be a little selfish.
You're damn right.
And you know what I'm saying? I need to be selfish right now.
Yeah.
And some people might not understand that. But hey, man, it's time for me to be a little selfish. It's time for me to think about me.
Come on now.
Especially if you've been out here the whole time I've been in prison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's another thing that you be like, I just did 20 years. You asking me for $200? Like, for real, these real experiences. Like, you gonna go through this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes you can fall victim to that because you trying to develop your emotions back, and people will take advantage of that.
Damn.
Or he feel like he trying to get a bond. Can I borrow, $200? And you don't want to say no because you like, man, this, man.
Yeah.
All right. And you give it to him, and I know things gonna get better for me. But while they doing that, I'm looking at it like, let me see your hand for $200.
Exactly.
You close to me, I buy that.
Yeah.
$200, even though it may hurt me a little, but it's gonna save me. $200. Please don't pay.
Mm-hmm.
Cause now it's the same thing. You use in prison.
Exactly.
I usually okay, that's what you gonna do. I let people get away with certain stuff just so I can see
who they is.
Right.
Come
Let
on.
me see your hand.
How did you feel about the A when you touched back down in the city and the city had changed so damn much? Because they always building around this thing.
Listen, man, in prison, you don't know how many fights, knife fights, and stuff go on about this Atlanta thing. Because people in the prison may not like you.
Yeah.
So what they'll do is they use stuff from your city to try to nitpick with you. Oh, Atlanta got all the gays and all the homosexuals don't move to Atlanta. They wearing dresses. Like they weren't doing that in other places.
Nigga.
Like just because it's Atlanta.
Yeah.
They trying to use that to try to knock you down a peg.
Exactly.
That's when they try to use other people's situation. Oh, such and such. Look at him. Look at that. The Falcons ain't you saying the
Falcons ain't gonna help you at all.
But you using that to really, it ain't about the team. It's about you really
Atlanta.
hating on Atlanta.
Exactly.
So now dudes from Atlanta, man, you playing, man. What's
Exactly.
up? You know what I'm saying? You be able to read that.
Yeah.
And like I said, these type of stuff that, you know, you go through the mind games,
Yeah.
the politics, the playing.
Yeah.
And you get through that. So now you got all this a lot of game banging going on where when I first went to prison, it wasn't like that. So it's like a new Atlanta and an old Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like an older Atlanta.
Yeah,
I came up off the kilo. I came up off the Ghetto Mafia.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on
I came
now.
off of Sammy the Sam. And
Come on.
dealt with J tapes.
Yes, sir.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the Libra.
Yeah.
And when I was going in, you know, certain phases, you know, start kicking in. Now I'm going to Club Chaos.
Yeah, it's getting crunk.
Now the meat things started to come in. We don't have the Olympics. And we don't did this and that. So now Atlanta, you know, making a little statement for themselves. So this in turn gave us, okay, that's what we can like this in here too. Yeah. All this, all this getting, but y'all really taking the swag, but you'll turn around and try to nitpick by you. Oh, the Falcons ain't shit. They ain't doing that. But you talking about dudes from Atlanta. Oh, they got all that. They wearing dresses now. This and that. Everybody from here ain't even from here. Y'all just saying the dudes that, because dudes that's from here, we gonna know where not to go.
Exactly.
Damn, they doing that. How you know?
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
You was there?
Come on now.
Or you going about, either you was there or you going about what somebody told you.
Exactly.
Which one do you want, the window or the stairs? You know what I'm saying? So you start to try to, man, all us ain't like that. You playing. So now you developing you trying it based on what you think the image of it is in your mind because you hating. So now I'm gonna defend that. I'm gonna stand on that.
Exactly.
If I feel like it's other than you just, you know, don't like the team, but I see it's something up under that.
There's something up under that.
Yeah, I'm digging. I got the shovel. I'm gonna see.
Come on now.
Let's get to the root of the issue.
Okay then, Freeze. With that being said, one more again, man. Let these folks know how they can contact you and anything you want your people to know, man.
Yeah, man. You can follow me on Instagram, OGFreeze_019.
Yes, sir.
OG Freeze on YouTube. And I really want people to know, like, man, like, I'm the ambassador for this penitentiary thing. I'm going to let people know what these voices behind this wall are saying, and I'm going to let these kids know the difference between entertainment and reality. And when we live in this type of lifestyle, you want to drill, you want to spin, you want to do all this, but this would come with that. I'm just letting you know the consequences that come with it. Going to prison ain't cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it ain't. I'm not here glorifying prison or none of that. I'm here to try to deter you from going down that particular path, because just because I made it don't mean you gonna make it.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? Because you can be in a potential situation where you got to kill somebody, you got to hurt somebody, somebody can take your booty, somebody can knock your teeth out, somebody can do all this, or you'll be doing that to somebody else and you end up getting trapped in there. Because there's some dudes that I know that have been to prison that only had 2 years or finna go home in 3 months and end up catching a body in there. Due to peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got dudes that do hate on dudes that's going home or dudes that's going to lower securities.
Yeah.
You know, they'll put you on the front line just so you can't be successful.
Exactly.
Like, I've been a lot of situations, them type of situations and stories that I'm going to tell, you know, on my page. And I'm going to let you know. So if you is in this situation already, you'll know what to look for, what you up against, how to combat it.
Yeah.
You know, just how to survive in prison, and I'm gonna tell you how to make the transition from prison, because a lot of information that I didn't have coming out that I read in books.
Yeah.
And when you come out, damn, they ain't like the book, because the only thing we got is books.
Yeah.
Well, I don't got the experience.
Yeah.
I got the information, but you got the experience.
Yeah.
So me coming out, you're like, damn, that ain't. It's some things gonna be a culture shock.
Yeah.
To you, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of, and being I'm still experiencing that, it's gonna be dudes coming out of this situation like me, and I want to let them know like what they up against, and show them that, bro, you can really do that. Like, I was in there making rice bowls.
Come on.
And looking at TV and loving hip-hop to standing next to these dudes, shaking their hand, talking to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you got some dudes that's probably looking at you.
Yeah.
And they ain't have a chance that you can and let them know it can be done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And let people know it, and kind of like motivate people that's citizens. If you got a person like me that's been behind you 20 years.
Yeah.
You've been out here the whole 20 years I've been in prison.
Come on.
And you see me shoot past you and develop and certain stuff like you. Don't be mad at me.
Exactly.
Because you got people that you going too fast.
Yeah.
You need to slow down.
Yeah.
No. It ain't about slowing down. It's about that I just got the right information and know the right people.
That's right.
And develop certain relationships with people that you haven't.
Come on now.
Or you haven't took the time to develop how to get in the community that you're trying to get in, because every community got a different language.
Come on now.
I can't go to the bank saying I got a bankroll. I got to go to the bank and say I got this shit, I need to make an investment, or I got this, or I got, you know, you got to change your language according to what it is that you're trying to reach, or whoever it is you're trying to influence, or whoever it is you're trying to be like. You got to learn the language. Like I got to do. I got to learn the language in this community, podcasts, the YouTube, and I still don't know how to work the Instagram. So it's a language to go at that if I decide I want to do that, I got to go in and learn it.
Exactly.
I got to go in the film room and study.
Come on now. Freeze! Oh, my dog.
All right.
Appreciate you coming through this thing, man.
And being in prison, like I told you, it taught me to appreciate the small stuff. I appreciate you for having me on.
I appreciate you coming in this thing, taking time out to tell your story, man.
Listen, man. Time is the currency of life.
Come on now. Don't go there with me about that time and attention.
Time is the currency of life.
Come on now.
So when you dealing with the currency of life, now you spending your time with me.
Exactly.
Now I got to know what's the return on my investment.
Come on.
What's your ROI for dealing with you?
Come on.
What's the return on my investment? Because other than that, you wasting it.
Exactly.
That's why they say time is money. People don't know
Spending that time, man.
And you look up and you 50. It ain't got nothing.
And paying attention. Y'all heard the man. Get down with the movement. Be High Radio. Shout it. OG Free.